Hello, everyone. Welcome to Behind the Helm. If you want to check out this show live, make sure you go to Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch every Thursday at 4 p.m. If you want to watch the show afterwards, you can go to YouTube. We'll have our regular show plus bonus content. If you want to listen to the show in your car, maybe in the shower, maybe while you're just chilling doing a workout, head over to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, wherever you could find a podcast, and search up Behind the Helm. Enjoy the show.
Nice.
We're down, baby. We're down bad already.
Nice. Video's down. I think audio's up, though.
Audio's up.
Audio's up, video's down. That's cool. Hey, we're here having a little technical issue here, so give us just a second, and we'll be right with you. You can see.
Oh my gosh, every single
Can't get away with it.
episode.
Can't get away with it.
Right.
Man.
We'll edit that in post.
Yeah, live post.
Anyways, episode 40.
So 40.
Episode 40. Man, we're almost there.
Episode 40. Last episode of the month. Yeah.
Hold on.
Q&A.
Just messing with this. I want this to go away. There we go. All right, episode 40.
Man.
Welcome into Behind the Helm. If this is your first time here, you might as well leave because this is a wash. No, happy to have you here. Very excited. It's about time.
I about came across this table.
If this is your 40th time here, Fields is in the
Already
chat.
in there.
Our top fan. Welcome in, Fields. Good
Yeah,
to have you.
I want you to know I was at my mom's house yesterday, and she brought up why she wasn't the top fan. And it actually,
Bothers her.
she's serious about it. Yeah, so she's like, better not meet Fields out there, old Jake Fields.
All right, plug us in here.
But most definitely, if you're watching on Facebook Live, that's the best way to watch. But we're live other places too, so you may be watching on Twitch right now. Obviously, there's not 40 episodes on Twitch, but we appreciate you being on that platform. We're also on YouTube Live, and if you're watching there aren't 40 episodes, so always expanding. And for those of you who are new and on the other ones, you just got to see our first technical difficulty. Don't worry, they're there all the time. But you will, of course, also be able to listen to this episode on everywhere you can find podcasts. Really, I can say them all, but it's, Spotify, Apple Podcast. We're on Audible, so that'll be just the audio version. So you don't get to see this, which I know is why most people are here, is to actually see us. But those will be up. We normally try to get those up Friday afternoon. And of course, these live ones you can always watch. So feel free to smash that like button down below. Make sure to comment and talk with us during the show. We love to interact. It's easy to derail us. We derail ourselves all the time. And you can always go back and watch the old episodes and comment on those, so we get those notifications, and we love to go back and answer those as well. So,
Man, Chief Dowden is the plug man.
oh yeah, make sure to share
The
this
plugman.
feed. Find it.
Have you been
Plugman?
Have you been a plugman?
Relieve the nozzleman.
Have you ever been the plugman? I've never done that job.
I think like in boot camp once.
Yeah, I meant like on the ship.
No.
What was it? What did you do? Fire team, or were you on? Let's just say import emergency team. Were you ever part of it?
Well, I was duty weapons and duty guns, so no. I was all the way up to investigator, and I could have got Decade team if I would have put in a package.
Okay.
And then I realized how many drills they ran, and I didn't want to be part of
That's
that.
a lot.
So, but I was on every other team.
Engineering, I had to be on IET, so
Oh yeah.
there was no going around.
In all seriousness, though, find it, like it, share it, follow it. Make sure to share whatever feed you're watching from whatever platform you're on. So,
All right, guys.
so 40.
Last, we're just on new here. We're trying to get a little bit more organized. So what we're going to do is every episode that's at the end of the month,
Yep.
we're going to do a Q&A. So we fielded some questions here. That doesn't mean you can't ask questions in the chat or answer questions in the chat if you feel like it. Maybe we could have a difference in opinion on some of these. You never know. Or maybe some information that maybe we're not fully aware of. Not everybody knows everything.
Yeah.
Which is the key. And just because we're recruiters, if your recruiter has an answer for everything, they're either really, really, really good or they're lying to you. So I like to pride myself in being like, I don't know the answer, but I'll find it out for you. So, and
before we get to that, of course, we got to do the homage to the Eagle. End of the month, want to go big or go home. And so for the end of the month, I brought the Eagle, my own personal Louisville Slugger that was given to me by this command for being the recruiter of the month. And, it's kind of one of those things that you get rewarded for what you do. And, it's here in the office and wanted the Eagle to have it for its own protection. It's getting rough in here. He's in between the Bears and the Patriots. He has his little watch stander right there. He's got his aviators on, but I'm gonna give him a little weapon just in case. So there you go, Louisville Slugger.
I looked at the spot and I'm like, one day that's gonna fall.
Yeah, I thought I was up against the wall. Anyway, hey, don't start with that question.
That Louisville Slugger.
That Louisville Slugger about took out the Eagle.
Took out the Eagle.
Wow. All right.
It's for his protection, I guess.
I got it.
I don't know where we're going to put this thing.
No, it needs to be down here. That's fine. Can you, all right, Q&A. I hope that wasn't super loud.
Here, wedge it. Yeah. Like that.
Yeah. It's just going to fall. Whatever. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out in post.
We'll mount
it right
it.
Here.
We'll mount it.
Yeah, we'll mount it. Actually, that'd be really cool. It'll sit right there for now.
Okay.
All right. Wow.
All right.
What a start.
So we got some questions here. All right. First one's a doozy.
I don't think we should start with this one.
We start with a different one?
Start with a different one. I think it's because I don't have my mug today and I'm just going straight Monster. That's the problem.
All right, let's start with this one. All right. So, off days.
Question.
When you're out to sea, do you get off days or are you working 7 days a week? Now, this is specifically when you're out to sea. All right.
So, obviously out to sea because, like, we're on a shore command. We definitely have off days. We have weekends off. We go home at night. When your ship's in port, you have off days. You're off on the weekend. You go home at night. You're out at sea. You are on the ship, right? It's not like you're going home. So, do you have off days? No.
Yeah, not like legitimate off days. Every day there's something.
You're working 7 days a week, but I know you. Oh, so you were on a carrier. I was on a destroyer. So we can talk about this. It might be a little different. Okay, for us, when you're out to sea, when people say standing watch, that just means like doing your job. Yep. And like you might have like a 5-6 hour watch in a day. Man, everything's just falling. 5 or 6 hour watch in a day. But then that's it outside of maybe your maintenance, right? I know for us on Sundays was always like an off day. You stood your watch, your one watch, but the rest of the day was yours. Like we didn't tend to do anything on Sundays. And then obviously like when you pull into port, you're going to have off days like to go out and do things. So is it like when you're out to sea, do you have a full on off day where you don't do anything? No. You'll at least stand a watch because you're out to sea and you have to leave things manned up and you can't have, the same people doing it all day long. So you rotate, but you may only do something for 4 or 5 hours and the rest of the day be yours. It just kind of depends on the workload.
Yeah. You have so the way I look at it is you have your work, you have a planned maintenance schedule every week. You'll have, maintenance that is planned out to do, and you can do it at any time. It'll have days that it's already scheduled out when you're supposed to do it, but you can do it early. So, I mean, if you wanted to, you could knock out all your maintenance on Monday. Now, all your maintenance is done, okay?
Assuming that nothing like breaks or, because things happen.
Yeah, so that's another thing. So sometimes people put in trouble tickets. As me as an electrician, hey, our lights are out. Okay, we respond to that. Not the entire team, it'll
Right,
be
right.
like, hey, who wants to go do this?
Or who's on
I'll go
watch
do
right
that.
now?
Who's on
or-
watch right now? Whatever. All right. And then you'll have a planned watch schedule. So you'll know when you have watch. And watch ranges anywhere between 4 hours to 6 hours.
I mean, you have a ton of downtime. Like, I mean, I had my Xbox on deployment.
There's-
like, we're
yeah,
out to
yeah.
sea. We played
Well,
guitar. We
that's
had
what I was
talent
gonna-
shows. We
That's what I was
played
gonna get at.
bingo, all kinds of stuff.
There's a ton of downtime.
Yeah.
Once it's like, man, I want to say like 3.
Yeah.
Once at
Depends.
3, man, there's really
It's
after-
kind of just the watch standard.
yeah, it's kind of just up to the watch standards, and if there's any major thing that needs to be worked on, because they'll go, hey, we'll just work on that. But you can even do your maintenance at night. Like
Yeah,
you
it
can
just
it's
depends.
really up to you on your
there's-
schedule.
I think too, because we were watching, and we stopped watching it because that first episode, I think both of us watched it. We're just like, this is ridiculous. Like we watched an episode about the Navy. I think it was carrier. I don't remember which it was, but they said something about being underway, and it's like 7 days a week, 12 to 13-hour days. No, no, it's
And the
absolutely not.
technicality of it. But it's like
technically,
but
yeah,
there yeah, I mean, how many people are sleeping?
sleeping, or you're just like chilling in your space. Like, I mean, there comes a point where, hey, you've made sure all your stuff's cleaned up, all your stuff's preserved, all your maintenance is done. And yes, there's nowhere for you to go. But I mean, like, I was doing 2 workouts a day, and, I was taking college classes while I was underway. So you have your own personal time. It's not just go, go, go. So, to the quick, easy answer, if it was just when you are out to sea, do you get days off? No. But understand what that means. You know what I mean? So
Exactly.
it's a good question. Thank you for that. Appreciate that question. Oh,
All right, I like this one. All right, is it weird for your mother or parent to talk to a recruiter with you? I'm 22 and in college, but she wants to. Is this common? I'd imagine it probably is. And you'd be right.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't say it happens all the time, but like one thing that is very important when it comes to, I mean, just this job is making sure everybody who is important to that person is on board with the decision. Because yes, you're 22, so ultimately it's what you want to do, but you care about other people and you care about people's opinions
Sure.
that are close to you. Like if my dad was coming up with, very detailed reasons on why I shouldn't join the Navy, I probably wouldn't have joined as fast, but ultimately it would be what I wanted to do. And it's good for them to know the information that you're being told. So nothing's lost in translation. I could tell you something and then maybe you misheard it. So you go and tell your mother and then your mother's like, what? That doesn't sound right. But if you never talked to me directly, you didn't hear the information at the same time. So
Yeah, I think, a lot of people would think like, oh man, high school kids, parents obviously going to be involved. And I think really the question that this person was trying to ask us was the fact that, hey, I'm in college, I'm 22 years old. Is it weird that my mom's involved? And I agree with you. No, I mean, not just those people close to, we have a term for that. It's called influencers. Okay. Because yeah, you might want to do something, but you have influential people in around you all the time. And, they may have a different opinion because they don't have the information. And when it's coming from you, especially when it's your parents, they just see the stars in your eyes, and realistically, they just want to make sure that you're making the right decision. So as long as the information is there and they have it as well, then that really does help. So it's very common. It's something that I will tell you as from being a recruiter to a leading petty officer to an onboarder is something that, we try to do, like, and ask, like, hey, is anybody coming with you? You come by yourself? They're welcome to. I even tell families when somebody ships to boot camp, I give the families my number and say, hey, by all means, please contact me just because they're going to boot camp. I'm here for you too. I'm your recruiter too. Because, too, they think about different things. And I'm not saying every single person is like this, but, at between 17 and like 25, like, are you really thinking about like retirement? Are you really thinking about raising a family? You may be, you may not be. It's not really like front of the mind for you.
Yeah,
Whereas your
yeah.
parents who have gone through that and see that, They have those concerns. So sometimes it's really good for us to have that parent there, because we're going to answer your questions. And if you're not asking about certain things, why would I tell you about it? Because it's just going to go over your head, or you're not going to care. And then when the parents are asking about these type of things, like how do you buy a house, like with VA loans, how do you all these things, it helps secure them and know that you're making a right choice. So by all means, like if you have a recruiter or somebody that says, oh, no, your parents don't need to be here. Well, then that's, don't listen to that. Bring your parents, like that's fine. At the end of the day, yes, it's your decision, but you want them to be on your side with it as well.
All right, the next question, getting a little bit funny here, to be honest with you.
This is hilarious.
Right. What's with the car jokes? Everyone cracks jokes about newly enlisted making a dumb
deleted
idea of buying/financing a new sports car like a Mustang or a Camaro. I mean, right off the bat, I get why that's stupid, but why is it so common? Does enlisted get some kind of special offer, or are we all just hyped about making money?
Well, and you know what's funny is there's a lot to unfold there. And because I think you've heard me talk to future sailors and tell them not to do that. What happens is, I mean, even in leadership courses in the Navy, they talk about having an E1 that gets to your ship and goes out and finances some sports car they can't afford. It's not that we get special offers. Sometimes we do. Yeah, sure. Okay. Depends on the place. But I will tell you that there are businesses out there that will prey on the military. Why? Because they know exactly what you make. And the other thing is, since you work for the government, if you go into like default on things, it can mess up your security clearances, and the Navy won't let you. Like, it's a contact, and they'll just start pulling it out of your check. So some of these companies know that, so they will advertise to those young sailors, and like that they have some special offer for military, right? And the special offer is that we're actually going to give you a higher interest rate than if you went like 20, 30 miles away from the base, and that's why we're right next to the base. So yes, and so there's that aspect of it. And then I think he had also said, or is it just because we now have money? Sometimes, yeah, that becomes a lot of it.
Yeah.
Military, outside of common belief, we actually make pretty good money. And when you're coming in straight out of high school and the only job you've ever had is fast food, and especially right out of boot camp because you're saving money during boot camp, and all of a sudden you have this amount of money just like sitting in this bank account, like, what are you going to do with it? I've never had a nice car, whatever. I came from, a poor background or whatever. It's very enticing, and those companies know how to entice people who have never had that before. And in fact, right out of boot camp, one of the first classes you take is about financing a car, because it's so common. And unfortunately, some people just don't listen, and then they get caught up in it.
Exactly. So. I couldn't agree more with everything you said. I do think the biggest factor is the fact that they just have a lot of money for the first time in their life. Hedrick says the same thing. Well, it's because most young men and women have never had this much money before. And he also asked us how we're doing. Doing good, Hendrick. We're doing good because you're doing good.
How's your new Mustang, Hendrick?
Yeah, did you get a Mustang? So, like, let's think of some of the ones. I want to see how many we could think of. Oh, outside of
I would bet if we ask Hedrick, and if he hears this, I would bet that he's already taken a class. It would not surprise me if he hasn't had a financial class already from the Navy because of that. Anyway,
I think there's a thing in Virginia, something about lemon laws.
That's everywhere.
Well, I don't think they have it
in Virginia.
In Virginia, there's something that I remember where basically, like, their insurance rates can be astronomical. Something along that line. Oh, hold on. I might be thinking of something different.
Yeah.
But most of these places, like, they just know, like, hey, military's around, so
yeah,
we're gonna get you. And they give you like a great deal, but the interest rate's like whoosh, like
because
super high.
That's the other thing too, is they get you with that because you finance through them.
Yep.
Instead of like through, Navy Fed gives great loans for that if you sign up for Navy Fed, but they'll try to talk you into, well, we'll give it you know, they just prey on people. They'll say, well, if you finance through us, like we'll give you $2,000 off, but instead of a, you know, this is ridiculous. This isn't in real numbers, but instead of like a 2% interest, you're gonna have a 20% interest. So that $2,000 that you saved, realistically, you didn't, you know. So you gotta pay attention to that, and you gotta kind of know your finances.
Let's just take a look at some of the cars that we know of. This is one I see all the time right here, the good old Hellcat. You ever seen someone with a Hellcat?
If you are an E1
and you're buying a Hellcat,
and you buy a Hellcat, that was silly. Like, I don't know, you're just not ready for that.
What's another one? Oh, you know what a big one I see is? Here we go.
The Mustangs are a big one. The question that he asked about Mustang is a big one. Definitely the Camaro. Oh, the guys who decide with the money that this gets overlooked. Okay, this really does. Okay, everybody says sports cars like Camaros, Mustangs, but the one thing that people don't realize is how much trucks cost. And Chevy Silverados are like fully loaded. You can get a Mustang for cheaper than a pickup truck. Like, and you'll get those guys, those young kids that come in and they're gonna get the lifted truck, and you know it's gonna be the new model, and they are expensive.
Here's another good one.
A Toyota truck. Get that off.
The Tacoma. There's so many people they call them tacos.
Gross.
Tacos. Every E4 I'm based right now. Yeah. And one more. This is a big one for me.
Oh, and Hedrick did just make another really good point. Fleet and Family has really good loans for low interest as well. And that's on any base that you go to. There's a thing called Fleet and Family, and they don't just do that. They help you with all kinds of stuff. Like if you are married and you move to a base and your goods haven't gotten there yet, I mean, they have linen sheets, cots, pots, pans, stuff that you can loan. Fleet and Family is a great place to go. There are so many resources for you for free in the military. And if you're going to finance a vehicle, you don't have to buy it right then and there, even though you think you do. Take the information to somebody. Every command has a financial specialist on your ship. We have one here in the recruiting command. Talk to your financial specialist before you make a purchase like that.
And here we go. Here's another one. The WRX STI.
Subaru, yeah.
Yeah, this is like, you know, mud flaps. But you know, with a lot of the people in the military that have these, a lot of times they had it before they joined.
Yeah.
And then they bring it back home. They bring it back from home. And then they have the money now to just upgrade it, which is even better.
They already had it.
If you already had it and you're upgrading it, some people already had trucks. Now they're lifting them. And, you know, that's good. But, you know, being, you know, 18 years old and buying a $40,000 truck when you don't really have that much credit established isn't really the greatest choice. So
that's the answer is I wish it was a joke. That's the answer. I wish it was a joke. Unfortunately, it just happens. So good question.
All right, let's go with second to last one. Let's do this one.
Okay.
All right, am I doomed? You want me to read this whole thing?
I'll read it real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
I know I'm a little closer. The question was, am I doomed? And we clicked it and we're like, all right. So this is interesting. I recently went through MEPS, which is, we've talked about it before. That's where you go for your processing. I went through MEPS. And when I did, I told the truth about smoking weed, marijuana, one time in high school. The doc didn't tell me to do anything, but on my SF-86, which is your background check for federal, I had marked it down for no for weed there too. I'm not top secret. Basically, he's not getting a top secret clearance. I'm literally just a cook. He's going to be a culinary specialist, and he's excited about it. He said culinary specialist, man in uniform plus man that can cook equals awesome. Yeah, man, that's awesome. But I want to start my military career right and fix this. I ship out in 5 weeks. Can I still change my SF-86 to the proper and truthful information, or is it too late? And should I tell my recruiter I'm backing out and in my military path here? I'm really nervous and scared. My parents and everyone I know was really proud of me when I came back from MEPS. I'm sorry if I'm going on a rant. I just really want to be proud of myself, and I want people to be proud of me, and I want to do it the right way. Am I doomed? All right, so here's what I will tell you. Somebody probably told you or asked you, and you said it, or maybe they said, hey, man, you don't got to mention that or whatever. You do. Okay, it does ask, and you should be truthful. And what I will tell you is if you brought it up at MEPS, then it got changed on all of your paperwork. That's what we call, it's an on-deck disclosure where you disclose something while you're at MEPS that was not on your paperwork. Sometimes it's because somebody forgot to ask you, or you forgot, or whatever, that you have nothing to be worried about. Okay, you didn't.
I think he's confused. It sounds like he's confused in thinking that he popped on a urinalysis, because that's different. Yeah, that's different. Where your military career is over.
It's over.
This is a self-admittal that you have done it
back in high school one time.
It depends on what he's saying.
So
how long ago he did it?
Yeah, from what I'm reading,
it says one time in high school. So
yeah,
it'll be in there that you did it. But if your job is a culinary specialist, just me knowing the recruit manual, you're good to go. Yep. There are certain jobs where you can't have ever smoked marijuana.
And I think his concern is that he admitted it to the doctor. And I'm telling you, if you did, it was notated on all your paperwork. Okay. And the SF-86 is something that he filled out beforehand, which is a separate thing. But that all goes through MEPS, and anything that you would have said at MEPS is going to go onto all that paperwork.
Yeah, and your recruiter should know.
Yep. Your recruiter, definitely let your he already knows.
He should already know. There's no way. There's no way. And I don't know if he didn't have the conversation with him or not, but 100% any on-deck disclosure that happens, we know about it.
Yep.
We're not there's no curtain up at MEPS. We know everything that's going on with our applicants up there. So you're fine.
Yes, MEPS is MEPS, and we're the Navy, and MEPS is not the Navy, it's everybody, but we do still work together. Like, think of same coin, opposite sides. So we know about it. They know about it. Your recruiter already knows about it. You're fine. Don't end your military career. Look, you are fine. Like, you can have done, everybody's got a past, okay? Once you're in, no, you can't, okay? It doesn't matter if you're in a state that's legal or not, because now you work federally. But if you did in the past, like, that's fine. It's not going to disqualify you unless, like Petty Officer Levesque said, you have to take a urinalysis at MEPS. If you didn't tell anybody and, I smoked some marijuana 2 days ago, well, you're going to fail the urinalysis, and then you're not getting in. So if it was in the past and you admitted it, it got changed on all your paperwork. Do not worry. Do not end your military career. Still be proud of yourself. Everybody has a past. Get past your past. Right? Man. And while we're talking about it, smash that like button. Go ahead and share this feed so we can get past 1,000 viewers.
Hey, you know who's past their past?
Who?
Hedrick.
Hey,
he says he can't wait to come back for rap duty, and also not every recruiter is as awesome as you guys. So
that's very nice. Awesome, my favorite word.
Anyways, thank you for that. Last question.
Quick. I know this is our last question. Just real quick. For real. Make sure to smash that like button. Comment down below. Share this feed. But for the young man who asked that question, do not be ashamed of yourself, and do not touch your recruiter in your military career. Okay?
Yeah.
It hasn't even started yet. You are fine. Trust me. You did the right thing. That's all you needed to do. Okay? All right.
Last one. Weird question, but how is the bathroom usage situation in boot camp? I'm not very good at holding it for a long time. Will they let me use the restrooms if I need to? How about nighttime? Can I just use it anytime I want? Now,
no.
Hold on. I would like to think of a scenario where they say you can't use it and you also can't use it at night. Can you imagine if they said, hey, nobody goes to the bathroom after 8 p.m.?
Now, look, this is what I will say. And I do apologize that we laughed and we're kind of making a joke about it, because I can understand if you've never been around military and you hear kind of horror stories of boot camp and you watch different movies, like they make you get in bed and you can't get out of your bed or something like that. So I apologize. It's a serious question. All right. It is. And it's just the fact that you've seen or heard something to the point that would make you feel that way. You know, I mean, they used to make us go to the bathroom. You know, we'd be like, they would say, hey, everybody go, you know.
Everyone use the head.
Pump and dump.
Yeah,
pump and dump.
Pump and dump.
Pump and dump. And, you know, you'd be standing there like, oh, I don't got to go, petty officer. And they'd be like, get in there and go. You know, like my 5-year-old, when we're getting ready to go somewhere, I'm like, did you try to use the restroom? No, I don't have to. We're getting ready to get in the truck. And I know you. Go to the bathroom. And at night, yeah, you get up, you go to the bathroom. During the day, if you have to go to the bathroom, as long as you're not in the middle of a major evolution, you know what I mean? But that's the same way anywhere. Like
I one time I was in the height line.
Hey, like,
and I was like,
you gotta go.
I was like, petty officer, what, Levesque? Petty officer, can I use the head, petty officer? He's like, right now? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, too.
Like, what are they going to do? They're going to let you pee on yourself?
I mean,
like, that's just be ridiculous.
Yeah, they might give you some crap, especially if they already did, and then all of a sudden you get ready to go do something.
Yeah, cheat code. You can use the head during a, he used a different word there. He said beating. And you're not getting, when we say beating, we don't mean like.
It's extra exercise, so like the Army calls it getting smoked, we call it getting beat. But they don't actually touch you, but like, cheat code. Gotta use the head.
I've done that.
So
hey, gotta go.
It's one of those things. Like you absolutely can. Like you use the restroom because most people don't hydrate as much as they should, and they really push hydration there. Like they're forcing you to drink water, and if you're not used to it, you're going to be going a lot. They know that.
They're like, while you wait, hydrate.
And it's not a weird question. How is the bathroom usage situation in boot camp? It's normal. I mean, you know, obviously, like there are times where you're outside marching from a building to a building. Like you're not going to stop and go in the bush, right?
Yeah.
But you know, you will have ample opportunity. And at night, yes, 100%, you can get up and use the restroom. I'm just telling you that I'm not saying that I ever participated, but there are antics that go on at night at boot camp between other recruits, like messing with each other, trying to have a little fun. So just be careful.
All right, guys. Thank you for all those great questions. Thank you for everyone who's in there. Bonus content starts in 3, 2, 1.
Bonus content.
All right. So,
okay, this isn't what I thought.
I think everybody, I don't know, in the chat here, I mean, it's literally just Hedrick. Does Hedrick, do you know what Wordle is? All right, Wordle is this new craze around the internet right now. It's a word guessing game. It's always a 5-letter word. And every time you put in a word, it gives you some information. Okay. You'll either have a gray square, a yellow square, or a green square.
Okay.
All right. So let's say you put in a word and you had a yellow A. That means the word has an A in it, but it's not in the right spot. If it was green, it means you've got the correct letter and it's in the right spot. I know what today's word is.
And if it's gray, that's not even the letters.
Those letters are not in the word.
How many tries you get?
You have 6 tries.
That's it?
Yep.
Okay.
So it's every day, keeps your stats, and when you share it on Facebook, it actually does like these green boxes. It'll like do like emojis.
Really?
And you can just post it straight to Facebook. I don't know if you've seen those scrolling.
No, I haven't.
So this
okay. So when you kind of told it to me earlier, I thought it was one of those things, like you said, it's the new craze. So I'm like, all right, it's probably something that's been around. And it is not what I thought at all. So,
all right, so here we are.
Okay, so my question is, all right, so I have to guess this in 6. My question is, can it be plural?
Yeah, it's any word you can think of that's 5 letters. So
can you just put in jumbled letters?
No, it has to be a word.
Oh, for real? Okay.
So like you got to think of a good first word to give yourself a lot of information here.
Let's get that. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
No. We're killing
all right. Coats. Coats.
I really like this as a first word. I'll tell you what mine is all the time. It's a rise.
What is it?
A rise. But that's a good one.
Okay.
Okay, so the O is in the right spot.
Oh, it even darks out the... Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, okay. So I have the O in the right place. And then the T is
somewhere else. Now, you don't have to use those letters either. If you wanted to just like eliminate letters, you don't have to put an O or a T in it, but sometimes it helps to put them in there. There's all sorts of strategy to it.
You can use a word that still has a letter that you know doesn't go in there, right?
Yeah, you could do that.
Like, just so you can use other letters, because yeah.
But sometimes that's not that helpful. Because you're wasting a piece of information, because you already know.
Yeah, but I'm going to move my T, and I'm going to get some other letters in there. So I'm just going to stick with that C at the beginning. Let's go count.
Okay. Where is it?
Count.
Wow.
Bruh. This is easy.
That was good. What do you think it is?
All right. So I just need to change the first letter.
Yep.
A. You smash that like button down below, and I will guess any letter you want. You smash the love button. Hey, I tell you what, you subscribe right now on YouTube, and I will purposely fail this on the third try. I'm just saying. But if you don't, then I'm just gonna have to get it right. Smash the like button. Smash the like button. Comment down below, and I'm gonna get it right now on the third try. I got this. In 3, 2, 1. It's mount. It has to be. I don't even know what else it could be.
I guess it could be gout.
I don't think that's how it's spelled.
Yeah, I don't think so either. That's good. Hey, you did a really good job.
Bro.
You did a really good job.
Yeah, that game. Hey, I'll be honest. I pretty much got lucky there. But I get it. No, that's cool. Hey, but you can only play that once a day?
Only once a day. Now, they do have like apps that are like...
It kind of reminds me of there's the and me and Claire played it, like the Wordscapes, where you have the letters and you can mix them up and you can only use those letters, and it's like a crossword and it, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
but that you can play more than once a day. So for something I can only guess 6 times once a day. Well, that bonus content was
it was short, but
shorter than expected.
It's okay. It's fine. I don't think bonus content always has to be like super long.
Oh.
But that was great. I wanted to see, because I was like, he's got to be good at this. You know what I mean?
I will tell you, I bet the only reason I would be good at that, hey, you know what, tomorrow, so you just go to it online? It's not like an app?
It's not an app.
I'll go to it tomorrow and see how I do. But
when you did count, I was like, oh my gosh, he's going to get it in 3.
Because you already did today's?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I knew. I was like, he's got it.
I think that probably Wordscape helped with that, to be honest, like those type of things. Like, I like that. It's kind of like you're playing Hangman, more or less.
Essentially.
Yeah.
And look what it does up here. It's so well known. So let me go to
that Google has the...
Like, Google has its own...
I didn't even realize it was...
It only does it when you search Wordle.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, you asked me about it today, and I didn't... You said it's like some new thing, and I didn't even know what you were talking about. So, apparently I don't pay attention. But...
Yeah.
Whatever.
But the thing is like, some people spoil it.
Oh, because
there's some people who don't...
the same word. Like,
yeah, everyone gets the same word. But
so
people are
really...
like
1 a.m, and...
People are really good at not saying what it is, though, at the same time. But there's some people who ruin it, and they'll be like, oh, here... I mean, we just ruined it, technically.
Well, if somebody hasn't done it yet today.
Yeah, and they watch.
If they're
this.
watching live, yeah.
But maybe they're that into it. They're like, oh, I can't see this.
Oh, they're doing Wordle.
Yeah.
What was it?
But I love your first word. I do like coat. T is
coats.
Coat. Yeah, you have the S, T,
A. And two vowels.
I do a rise.
That's good too. You gotta get
three vowels.
Get your vowels out of the way quickly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know. It was good. I got lucky. That would only tick me off because it's only once a day. I'd be like, all right, next word. What we got?
Yeah, that's what's going on. My
dad,
my dad, he was talking about. He's like, I just can't deal with the fact that it's only one.
That's probably good though, because if you think about it, man, it's probably good that they did that, and there's probably people losing their minds, and they did something that people literally will come back for, and they can't just sit there and play it and then get bored with it.
Exactly. It has like high playability, but you're not allowed to keep playing it. You can only do it.
Speaking of high playability, Claire, if you're watching right now, can you please post in the comments to everybody your Candy Crush level? I don't think she's watching right now, but
hey, Fields, what did you get it in today? Did you play today, Fields?
Claire has been playing Candy Crush since like it came out, and she's in like, oh man, she's gonna be mad if I say it too low, but like thousands level.
Oh wow.
She'll hand me her phone and be like, "Here, if you think you can do well, beat this level." And like I'm staring at it like I don't even know what these shapes are. It's crazy.
Fields got it in 4 today. Did Hedrick?
Do. He said "do" is great for a first word. Yeah,
it is. A good one.
Oh wow, yeah, it is. Well,
I just don't know how I feel about
get your vowels.
I don't know how I feel about you as one of the vowels.
Yeah. Well, it was in there today.
But a rise, I literally had nothing today. So I had to like start it all over.
Yeah.
So.
Well, seriously, thank you everybody who was here today. I hope the Q&A, because those were some questions that honestly, a couple of those I can't say I've been asked.
I love the Q&A.
So thank you. Keep those questions coming. We appreciate it. You can always ask us questions. We like to bring back up some at the end of the month is what we're going to do, but always feel free to ask questions live or afterwards. If you're watching this after the fact on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, by all means, please post your questions in the comments below. Or if you just want to post, hey, Chief Dowden, you're awesome. And if you want to say Petty Officer Levesque awesome, you can do that too. We appreciate that as well. If you want to tell us that we suck, you can do that. I'll probably delete it because you suck. So no, but seriously, thank you very much. Make sure you share this feed, even if you're watching it later. Share it. It could help somebody else, even if it's not helping you.
All right. Peace out, guys.
Have a good one.